Ladies and gents, welcome to Studio Reacts, and this is No One Saw This Coming. Okay, Iraqi security source tells CNN that over the last few weeks, nearly 5,000 fighters from Iranian-backed paramilitary group in Iraq enter Iran by two separate roads crossing in southern Iraq. Okay, so shit is happening in Iran. I don't know exactly what. Yeah, it's something about ongoing situation with Iran. Yeah, I'm making too many Iran videos, but I'm making geopolitical videos right now. It's Iran, Venezuela, Greenland. I have few videos planned just after this, so check that out. I already posted one. If you didn't see, check that out as well. Yeah, that's always fun.
Few weeks, nearly 5,000 fighters from Iranian-backed paramilitary groups in Iraq have entered Iran via two separate border crossings. So you're having a bunch of these people from fucking Iraq that are coming into Iran to help suppress the people.
Yeah, okay. I just watched the Iranian video where a comment, I had a back and forth with a comment. Some Iranian guy misunderstood what I was saying. I was just like having fun and like jokingly where I said I wasn't trying to disrespect anyone. Anyone who's been watching my videos know that I don't do that. I don't disrespect anyone. Like, that's just weird to me. What is disrespect gonna do, right? And so basically he told me, he made a comment about how Ayatollah and Iranian regime are bringing terrorists outside of the country to suppress his people. At the time, I didn't know, okay, what is he talking about here? I don't know. Is he making some kind of a political comment? I didn't understand that, but now it makes sense. He was talking about this. So Iranian regime is bringing a lot of Iraqis, paramilitary group in Iran to crush Iranian people and their protest. Oh, this is so fucked up, it's pissing me off. You can't even do that shit by yourself. Like, this is worse than any other shit of the past from any other country. Bringing outsiders to curb your own people. Do you know how fucked up that is? This is probably gonna piss off more people. And protests will probably amplify rather than decrease. It's good, I guess. If the protests will increase, it's good. But yeah, this is just fucked up, man.
That live in Iran. And that's basically it. A leaked video from Iran shows that martial law has been declared across Iran. No one is allowed to be out. Go inside your houses. Look at this. Draw a line between you and the rioters. No one is allowed to be out. Go inside your houses. So they have all these people riding around. Oh! No one's allowed to be out.
And these are those Iraqi paramilitaries. Outsiders coming to your country telling you there's a curfew, my authority. That's just fucked up.
They kill people in the hospitals, they steal them, and then they shoot them in the head? Yep, that's right. No, they're just doing a mass killing of all their citizens that are trying to push
Gunshots at night. Oh God, what a fucked up situation this is.
Back against them. They're actually just...
Look, man, at this point, I don't know, man. This just pisses me off. Look, if Iranian regime used their own Iranian soldiers to do this, at least I'm like, yeah, this type of dictatorial things happens in the past. Bringing Iraqi paratroop, terrorists, whatever, paramilitary groups to curb your own people and telling them to, oh, it's a curfew, stay in your home. What the fuck?
Mass killing people. It's insane. The Islamic Republic says the internet blackout will last until mid-March. This will make it the longest nationwide blackout in history.
They are planning for 2 months? They already said, oh, it's going to take 2 months, 3 months, not just 2.
Surpassing Sudan's 2019 shutdown. So there you go. And they're shutting down the entire internet. Iran didn't stop killing protesters. They terrorized everybody into staying home. The sources tell Tehran, the Post, the streets are flooded with tanks and trucks full of machine gunners, aiming them at everyone. The protests stopped because people are too afraid to...
See, this is the thing. When military has tanks, drones, they just shut off your internet. Tell everybody to shut the fuck up. How are you going to protest that? When your own government, when your own leaders doesn't care how many of you die, how do you protest? You can't fight tanks. This is the problem of modern world and modern military. You can't really fight your military if things go out of hand, especially if your military basically cuts off all communication with the world. and doesn't care how many of you die. How are you going to protest? This is just next level shit.
To step out.
Another reason why like countries like North Korea, you never hear protests. Because even if there are small ones, they just completely stomp it. You'll never know about it.
Side, not because the regime showed mercy. There are no protests anymore because of the mass killings. With 12,000 dead, the people are terrified. Families are being told to collect their relatives' bodies or they'll be dumped in mass graves. Oh my fucking God. Trump said the killing yesterday stopped. The killing stopped because the streets are occupied by men with machine guns.
Is it too late for US to do anything? Is the protest over? Maybe there might be wave 2, I don't know. But if they just flood the streets with tanks, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yep, there it is. And so if they end up, oh, here we go. Units of Hashad I don't know how the fuck to say this, right? This sounds like
Hashad, I can't even read it right. Hashad Ashabi. Ashabi. I don't know. That's the best I can do.
the name of a sandworm. In northern Iran, they are Iranian-backed paramilitary group originally from Iraq. And so there you go, guys. Wow. Wow, so we'll do nothing? I don't know what's going to happen. This is why I wanted to talk about it more, because I feel like nobody has really been talking about this for the past 2 days. It's like all of the news around this kind of disappeared.
Yeah, the news literally slowed down. Even I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, nothing is coming out? What? Usually that's not a good sign.
And people just assumed that things were getting better. Well, no, they're not.
No, if things slows down, it's not getting better. If anything, that's worse.
Unless you're the terrorists that are controlling the country. Trump spoke to reporters outside the White House about his decision to not carry out military strikes against Iran.
Did Arab and Israeli officials...
Someone in my comments also said, I'm sure you're watching, so yeah, comment down more. But US only has one aircraft carrier in the region. Another one is at Venezuela. And everything else is in maintenance and shit. So US can't really do operation and ensure protection of their own people. And anyone else from NATO can't really help. They're just sending letters and shit. So is that real? Is there a logistical problem right now? That's why US is not doing anything? Because US has 12 old style carrier. They now have 1 or 2 new Ford class carriers. Did they retire all of them before making new ones? Because isn't like 12 out of 12 at least 6 are active? No, wait a minute. 4 are active, right? 4 are active, 4 are in the cycle of being active, and 4 are about to maintenance. Like that's how it works, 33%, right? So at least 4 should be active, right? Why is there only 2?
convince you to not strike Iran?
Nobody convinced me. I convinced myself. You had yesterday scheduled over 800 hangings. They didn't hang anyone. They canceled the hangings. That had a big impact.
Did Arab...
I don't know, man. I really don't. It's very confusing to me. It really is. It's confusing to me. What the fuck is going on? Because, like, how do you go and say, listen, like, you do a press conference after you literally kidnap Maduro. You kidnap Maduro, and you do a press conference where your main military guy says, welcome to 2026. America's back. And this is right after you capture this dude. They do, like, fucking interviews about it, and they're saying, yeah, these dudes came down.
Yeah, America was never back. Or America was never not back in the first place. Should have nuances. Venezuela is just there at the American coast. America can just go all in on that. Iran is a different thing. You need to think about a lot of logistical thing. On top of that, US can say, fuck it, Iran, here we come. But that will have a lot of issues behind it, logistical problems, money problems. Not problems, justification. If Trump goes all in there, enough people will bite his ass because of all the things that will lead to it. American president is not a, like a dictator or a king who can just say and do shit. People will be pissed off in USA if certain level of expenses happen. Why did we do that again? Shit like that. Right? Venezuela was a different thing. So Trump has to think about all these things. And knowing Trump, I think he will do something. Maybe, or maybe he'll wait for another wave of protest before doing something. I don't know. Maybe the aircraft carrier is in Venezuela. Maybe he wants both of the aircraft carriers in Iran, and that takes time. I don't know.
everybody started dying, and then we started bleeding out of our eyes. I don't know how this happened. These people got attacked by the Spikers and the Space Marines, and meanwhile, you can't even figure out how to deal with Iran? The only thing that they can make are fucking AI generated.
Okay, I agree with Esmond there. America has some space age level shit. Okay, America can't drop an assault. You can't do a covert mission with Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, some insanely advanced tech. Even risk it, fuck it, just do it like that. Maybe capture Ayatollah before he even knows it. But the problem with Iran is there are like deep bunkers. How you extract somebody from that? It's gonna be like Hollywood level shit. And Hollywood is fiction. Real world is completely different like that. So I don't know that would work. US military needs probability. Like if this shit doesn't have 80 to 90% probability of success, let's not risk it.
Generated videos of blowing up Israel. What are you doing? Intelligence reports Iran hasn't stopped shooting protesters. Iran says the shooting has stopped. Intelligence says not so much. Trump was told that killing had ended. Reports say there's zero proof security forces actually stopped firing on protesters. Well, they said they were going to stop the executions. Well, yeah, they're not doing the executions anymore because they're just killing them on the street. Problem solved. So there you go.
Technical
What's
problem.
Trump waiting for? I don't know. Hard to sell. We're in control when you're importing foreign militias and still shooting your own people. And this is another really important component, is that a lot of people are saying that, oh, well, we shouldn't get involved because, you know, we're a foreign country. The Iranian government is shipping in and importing militias to go around and be paramilitary police and kill protesters in their own country. Isn't that fucking insane? He's waiting for the strike group. I mean, I think so. I do. I think so. And also, like,
Oh, the guy who said about the aircraft carrier also said that aircraft carrier is still 2-3 days away from Iran's coast. Maybe that's also the case. We'll see in 2-3 days what they'll do. I don't know.
if he doesn't do anything, here's the thing, is that I think that the actual death total for this, whenever, like, let's say Iran doesn't get, you know, like it doesn't. Let me look actually. Let's look at what matters. Okay.
Holy market.
Wow. That is sad. Holy shit. That is really sad. People have totally lost hope.
Yeah.
It's over? I don't know if it is or not, but it sure seems like it, right? Iran, North Korea, taking poly market in the buzz? Well, I don't know. They said that they were going to do an attack, but they decided not to do it. Yeah, that's really it. Trump dropped.
Also, CIA is much more complex than people realize. That was a stupid thing I just said. People realize that. I think CIA might have created a intelligence briefing, like how successful this protest is. If they deduce, like, this is just one of the protests where Ayatollah is not going to be removed, US might not risk getting involved. Because if US gets involved and Ayatollah is still in power, and after the bombing, after this attempt, if Ayatollah is still in power, now you have a gun that can go off any time. Now US literally has to worry about Iran doing now or never type of attack on USA or US assets. You can't really risk that. So US have to be absolutely sure that this is going to be killing blow. And CIA might have given intelligence that it's probably not going to be. I don't know. I'm guessing here.
The ball on Iran, and now he's a fucking loser for it. I don't know if he's dropped the ball on it or not. I don't know what their long-term plan is. I have no idea. For sake of the argument, assume Trump is persuaded not to strike the regime. Protesters stay home in fear of being shot. The streets quiet down. Does life return?
There you go. I think it's over. Maybe there's going to be second wave. Iran regime is so at the bottom level. Ayatollah is so at the bottom level. He's going to be paranoid as fuck. For next multiple months, tanks probably going to roll through the streets and there's going to be curfews. So second wave will not come very soon. Probably will take months, if any. And after success of the first wave or lack of it, people might not attempt second time. So I think if nobody's out in the street because of tanks, I think it's over, which is fucked up because a lot of people are going to get screwed because of this.
Normal. Yeah, the economics are broken, and all of these people, here's what's going to happen, is that the moment that the government retains control or regains control, What's going to happen? Do you think might makes right? Sometimes, yeah, it does. And also, being right doesn't matter. Surviving matters. So your focus, might makes right, exists inside of a context of a moral framework. The world doesn't exist in a moral framework.
I don't agree with that. Right in this case is survival, and might makes right applies to the core element. USA. USA is nothing if not might. Economy and military power is what might is. From sanctions to military power. A US is a kind of world police because of that. So might does make it right, right? It is survival in the end. Even if it's gamble or whatever, it has to be perceived as a might. Yeah.
Framework. You invented a moral framework to see the world. So I think that even just the concept of that is a false idea. But my point is,
right,
let's not even get into
survival.
that, right? That's totally separate. What we're talking about here is that as soon as they get control over again, they're going to go back and find out all the protesters and then kill them in mass.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen.
That.
And I think they're probably going to kill 50,000 people. That's what I would assume.
I don't know about that, man. See, that's the thing. I don't know about that. 50,000 is such a big number that if it leaks out that Iranian regime literally just deleted 50,000 people, literal genocide, yeah, most country in the world would be pissed off. Because that's how world works nowadays. America and American people will be so pissed off at this point that even people will be behind military intervention. I don't give a fuck type of way. Other countries would involve that as well. 50,000 is not a small number. So I think that 50,000 is too big. I think they would find key elements and delete them. So number is not so high, but they're still going to curb enough people and make an example. The others stay in their home in the future. Message, basically.
Hard to tell. But do you really think that they're not going to go around and do that? Because they're going to obviously be worried about it happening again. Sure, of course they will. So how do you stop it from happening? Well, you kill the people that did it so they can't do it again. Duh. Of course. Why do you care? I don't know. I think it's pretty bad. It sucks. Is that? Yeah, I think it's horrible what's going on.
I don't understand that. Why do you care? I get comments like that as well. I'm a React channel. So is Asmon. This is what we are talking about. And as far as, okay, let's look beyond React channel. Why are you talking about this? It matters. People matters. Iranian people and their freedom matters. I think it's fucked up that nobody talks about North Korea and their people. They just live like that. That's their life. To me, that's weird. In the modern world, in the age of internet, where like countries are kind of becoming like in middle point of like, does borders matter or not? In that way, does like concept of country matters or not? And I would argue it's at the middle of thing. It's not completely deleted. Obviously, we still have countries. But because of global economy, we all are relying on each other. This is global market. If some shit happens in London, effect of it will be felt in all countries and economy will drop of everyone. So people matter. Is Iranian people? I don't know what that means. Why do you care?
در روزهای اخیر گزارش‌هایی از فعالیت‌های مشکوک و ناامن کننده در برخی معابر شهری دریافت شده است. در این درگیری‌ها تاکنون 3000 نفر از اعضای گروهک‌های تروریستی دستگیر شدند. از شهروندان گرامی درخواست می‌شود در صورت مشاهده آتش زدن و آسیب زدن به فروشگاه‌ها و اموال عمومی.
Dude, why are you watching that? I can't even understand it. I'm sure Asmon can understand it as well. What is happening?
سازمان یافته، تهدید کننده امنیت عمومی و افرادی که روسری مسلحی
Iran terrorist label equals death penalty. Yeah, so they're basically saying that all of the different protesters are now terrorists and they're going to kill all the terrorists. Well, that's convenient.
درگیری یا برخورد مستقیم خودداری کنند. و پس از آن موضوع را در اسرع وقت از طریق شماره‌های 113 و
Do they know what terror means? If you're on the street and demands that the place that you live in run differently and just protest, there is no terror there. If they were to go out and destroy buildings and burn shit up and like just attack everything that move around, yeah, that might be labeled as terror. Protest is not a terror. So how are they terrorists? How do you explain that? They are terrorists because they were protesting. Terrorists against what? Your end goal? How do you make sense of that?
Apparently Bibi talked Trump out of it. I don't know, man.
Wait a minute, what? Netanyahu, why would he talk Trump out of it? Doesn't he want that?
همکاری و هوشیاری شما نقش مهمی در حفظ امنیت عمومی و آرامش جامعه دارد.
I mean, I think that everybody that I know from Iran pretty much feels the same way, right? I mean, in terms of like Trump or whatever, but like I don't think they really like the regime in general. And so this is what they're saying here. The United States military is finalizing preparations to deploy elite combat infantry units along with a massive array of warplanes to the Middle East in response. I don't know about that, guys. I really don't.
Again, putting troops on the ground, US is too powerful to do that. They'll do some specific operations to disable regime, and then Iranian people can figure it out type of shit. Putting literal troops there, yeah, that's too crude for the United States to do.
The regime will hang everyone at a later time instead of right now, while still gunning people down in the streets. Everybody knows this. What are we doing here? Is this what help is on the way looks like? Exactly. If Trump pussies out on this,
yeah, this does not look good on Trump. If Trump doesn't do this, people will just say like Venezuela was so weak, you flex there, but that flex is nothing. You couldn't even fight Iran. This looks too bad on Trump and United States military.
I don't know, man. Like it's just gonna be disappointing, man. It really is. Yeah, it is.
You know what? I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, it's gonna be worse than disappointing. I mean, I believe U.S. military is too powerful and too experienced. Ain't gonna fuck up anything. I sometimes gets called pro-American, which is like I'm not American. I don't even know what that means. But I'm in that belief. But most people will see this as like, okay, Venezuela had nothing and you were flexing there. When it's time to flex, you couldn't even flex in front of Iran type of shit. Which I understand there's some logistical problem there, so Trump can't just suddenly do that. Shit just happened in a week or two's time. United States can't just decide to do something all the way from there to Iran like it's nothing. Especially when they were like worrying Venezuela and aircraft carriers literally at Venezuela. But this is also what I don't understand. Don't America has 4 active aircraft carriers at a time because they have a total of 12? I don't know. We'll see what happens next, I guess. Alright, well, if you like my reaction, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you next time.